Blake Prize, exploring the religious and spiritual in Australian art. This year, over 1,000 artists submitted work for this competition, exploring in very personal terms what spirituality might mean for them. This year, the prize was won by Leonard Brown, an artist from Brisbane, with this wonderful mystical exploration of faith in his own terms. While Leonard Brown's work is an abstract form trying to express mystical ideas, within the Blake there are also works that are highly figurative and refer directly to religious traditions. This work by Robert Dickerson is one good example where he takes the historic image of Jesus and the Last Supper and presents us with a new vision of what that might look like. And in particular, I'm interested in the figure of Jesus in the centre, which is isolated and lonely, perhaps reframing what that Last Supper might mean. In contrast to traditional images and ways of presenting them, this work is a wonderfully playful engagement with contemporary culture and technology. You can actually get involved in creating this work. The artists Warren Armstrong and Amanda Cole here provide us with the instructions to use your phone, and using Twitter technology, you can send a prayer into their website, and then minutes later your prayer turns up here on the screen. Not only is it text, but it's turned into a hymn, music, and you can hear the sound of your own prayer. Another work using digital technology is this beautifully evocative video work by two Canberra artists. They've asked 10 people to be photographed over a period of time sleeping and recorded their gestures and movements in that kind of slumberland of night. So it's a journey of waking, sleeping and waking. And this work plays with the human body as a poetic and spiritual sense. Included in this year's exhibition is a number of fine examples of Indigenous artists. This work in particular is a wonderful example of the vibrancy of spirituality that Aboriginal people feel in terms of their relationship to the land. Its detail and the surface quality exhibit that kind of deep sense of connection. Another work which uses decoration is this work by Phil George. And as you'll notice, he's used Islamic design, which he himself has photographed on visits to the Middle East. And he's applied this to a surfboard, which is an object in Australian culture which is very evocative about the pleasure and the life of the outdoors. Surfboards have become quite potent symbols since the Cronulla riots, so this object conveys both our cultural response to Islam and the deeply spirituality of Islamic culture and the way in which that's confined into these rich decorative surfaces. This particular work returns us to the very nexus of religious belief and lived experience. This work has been completed by 100 women in the northwest frontier of Pakistan, and it's a prayer. On every button has been embroidered the words of a prayer. Buttons is the thing you manipulate to take things off and to put things on, to shut things up and to open things up. Buttons are a very eloquent way to evoke a sense of prayer. Pakistan for Australians represents a frontier. It's the frontier of the other, about belief and disbelief. This work eloquently brings together what prayer and justice could be. Included in the Blake Prize each year are always works which deal with issues of social justice, and sometimes they're even critical of organised religion. This work by Rodney Popel particularly sharply looks at the issue of abuse within the life of the church. Here within the warm environment of an historical Venetian church, he places the image of a cardinal and a small innocent altar boy. It's left for the viewer to make the connections about an issue which has been very much in the media over the last 12 months. The Blake Prize is filled with contrasts, Each year, artists in fact offer us something of the definition of what is religion and spirituality in the Australian context. And their answers are always very diverse and different. Some people take us to a place of contemplation, a deepening sense of spirituality, a place of meditation and quietness. Other artists take us right out to the edge, to the political issues which confront our culture, to difficult moments, to prickly moments. And I think that's part of the genius of the Blake, and that there is this kind of diverse response to this question of what is spirit, what is belief, and what lies most passionately at the base of our culture.